Hey everyone, and welcome back to Robbie's Backstage Bants. Today I have two super special guests. Two there, not four. Two super special guests. Would you like to introduce yourselves and say what you're doing at the moment?
Hi, my name is Dujonna Gift, and I am resting before we start rehearsals. A little piece of you.
So I'm Mica Paris, and right now I've just finished my memoirs and doing shows. Just finished a concert yesterday. Still doing concerts in between rehearsing for this show and new album number 9. So I'm doing 3 things at the moment plus the show. So I'm
Wow,
pretty dead. I'm pretty
busy,
exhausted, but it's
busy.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm here.
good,
Yeah.
good, and that's amazing. Keeping it busy, just a little bit, just a little bit busy. And 9 albums is a
Always.
great achievement. So congratulations on
Right?
that as
Thank
well.
you. Well, I haven't finished the ninth one yet. I've only just started it.
But you
So
will.
It's coming. It's coming. It will.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, this is a great new piece. It's a European premiere. Um,
yeah.
so. Do you want to tell me without spoiling sort of what goes on in this fantastic new piece?
So, a little piece of you follows the story of Britt and Shannon, mother and daughter, played by Misha myself, and it essentially touches on the the truths of generational trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Act One, we've kind of explore their story, explore their dynamic. And Act Two, we actually flip and explore the dynamic of Shannon's mother and her
Mhm.
mother, and kind of just to show you the parallels and what kind of makes us us
Mm.
from way back when, way back before all of that jazz. And it was written by a father and daughter duo, Kirsty Long and Jeremy Long. And
Mm.
Kirsty started writing this music when she was 14 years old. She's now
Oh,
7. I know, like Robbie, you make that face.
Uh,
Everyone is gonna like.
yeah.
I'd like to think I don't exaggerate.
Mm.
Um, she's phenomenal. Like, and I keep being like, oh my god, she's amazing, she's amazing. But like, she actually is. And I think when you realize that like this stuff was written by someone who can't even have a drink in the country she's from, um, it
You
makes
know,
you realize,
yeah, but you've got to know that the father and her wrote it together. And
yeah. But it
that
makes
what's
you
amazing.
realize,
It's amazing, and I agree with you. But I will say that that collaborative effort is kind of rare, where you see the
mm-hmm,
father and the daughter co-writing. I mean,
mm-hmm,
Amy was like that. Amy was writing like that. Amy Winehouse was writing like that as well.
mm-hmm,
So just to let you know, these things do happen. You get these. But to see father and daughter write together,
mm-hmm,
I found that to be very shocking. That's not something you
mm-hmm.
see all the time.
yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
That's, I mean, that's amazing. I couldn't write music right now. I'll tell you that. 19 and no music's coming out of me. I'll put it that way.
She's
Um,
super gifted. She's very gifted, no doubt. But you remember, it's the two of them together, which I think is amazing. Because I definitely, as much as my dad was the one I got the gift from, I'm definitely not sitting in a room writing a song with him. Do you know? I'm just not doing it. Oh, dad, whatever. So it's great. That's really
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think
it's
that
really,
was also what I was going to say. I think it's also the fact that, like, in this generation where, like, individualism is like a huge thing, like,
Mm.
collaboration is not really a thing anymore. Like, everyone
Exactly.
wants to be the writer, producer, director of
Yeah.
this one show. And, like, I think
Mm.
that's what I find so incredible about her. Like, she's able to, like, springboard off of the people around her. Like, her uncle, Joshua, is the director of the show.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, well, co-director with Jennifer, and I think it's just
Jennifer.
stuff like that that just makes you kind of really in awe of a project like this.
Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
it's
It's a
mind-blowing.
definite family. It's a real family affair, isn't it? And which is
Mm.
nice. I think, but it's funny because I used to live in America for quite a long time, and you find that Americans are quite like that. They do keep that family thing happening. It's not so much here. I don't think we've had it here since the friggin' Nolans. You guys don't even know who the Nolans are. You only see her on
I do know Colleen.
I know the
yeah,
Nolans.
Khalid, but what I mean, the group, her, but a lot of people don't understand that they were a proper group,
Yeah, yeah.
back in the day. And so in that way, I'm saying it's very much an American thing. You find the families work together, which is quite. You don't see that so much in the UK anymore, which is sad. So
Yeah,
it's quite nice.
no, absolutely. And obviously, you guys are playing mother and daughter, which is really nice. And
Yeah,
I
and I am the
imagine the
mother.
family.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's be straight about that. I'm definitely the mother. Yeah, let's not mess around here. So
What?
Dujonna, you behave yourself. Know your place. No, so no, it's a great dynamic. And when I met her, I was like, wow, she's not messing around. She's challenging her mum, the character. It's wonderful. It's a really good script, actually. Fab.
amazing. I think it's a brilliant. It sounds like it's going to be a brilliant piece. So as I said, you play mother and daughter. Are you? Can you tell us a little bit about your characters as people?
Well, the thing is, I'm kind of typical, like that kind of mum who's like trying to always act like I've got everything under control, everything's fine, when really I'm falling apart. And I'm trying to put on this front for her, like it's all great. And she ain't having it. Do you know what I mean? She's literally pointing, and making me understand that, she sees it. And that's, when you've got that kind of kid, it's funny watching her do that to me because I remember being that kid when I was growing up. I was that kid. I was the one that would call them out on stuff. And that's really what's happening. I'm having to face my character as a mum. I'm having to face my stuff, which I normally would try to pretend is not going on. And that's wonderful as well because that happens typically, especially in the home. I think that mother-daughter dynamic, I love that in the script. It was one of the reasons why I was so attracted to it. Being a mum myself, I just felt that. It felt so real to me, because we're always trying to make it look like we're all right. That's what we do, isn't it? But really, no one understands like the juggling and all the other stuff that's going on. You're trying to keep it together all the time. And then there's the other side of it as well, where you don't just see her being stoic. You also see, I'm talking about the mum now. You also see that in the end, she can't keep it up. And that's kind of great as well. That's wonderful. And what I really loved, I don't know about you, Dejana, but that bit where we sort of come together, where we're actually spending time together, not to give it away, but that moment for me was really powerful, that moment. Because, it's funny, you live in a house with people every day, right? And you just don't really spend time together. And it's kind of mad how that works. And so there's that dynamic in there too. It's I don't know. I really think it's a subject matter that you don't really see very much in the theatre. And I think it's a wonderful story. And then you've got this incredible music as well that goes with it. So that's what I think is exciting about it. Dejana, please take over.
What initially drew me to this was I really enjoy musical theatre that is of smaller casts. um,
Do you?
but like I feel like I've done the big huge spectacle shows and I've done the plays and I've done that. So I think for me, I find that getting in, I also really enjoy script heavy musical theatre because
Mhm.
then it's like, okay, we're not just here to just listen to a song or listen to the songs. We're here to actually follow a storyline. And so the first thing I did was actually read the script. I know a lot of people work the other way. They'll listen to the music first. I don't do that because I know myself. I'll be blinded if I like the music. So
Yeah.
I have to listen. I
You're
have
not
to read
me
the
then.
script
You're
first.
not me. I always go for the music first. The
Yeah, I
lyrics.
have to.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
naturally that's where I go. But I have to listen. I've
yeah.
learned the hard way. I have to read the script first because if the script doesn't serve the music, then the music is kind of null and void. You could have the most amazing score
Oh
with the
God,
most
I've seen it.
awful script,
Awful
and
script.
then you're like,
Absolutely.
they're like,
Yeah.
oh, what am I doing with this? What do I even do with this? Like, it's so disconnected from what I'm singing. And I think we've all watched those musicals where it's like, I mean, you sound great, but the script is awful. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I personally don't want to do that anymore. So I read the
But it's a
script.
joy, though, isn't it? A joy when you get both. It's like you got the good script and the
Exactly. I
good music.
think those jobs are so far and few between.
Yeah, it's
Luckily,
true.
I've been blessed that they haven't been, but for the average person,
Mm.
the average performer, you don't get jobs like that just come through the door where it's like
Oh,
an amazing script, an amazing score, and a great character
Mm.
that I can explore. That rhymed. But yeah, I think
Mm.
when Brit kind of fell on my lap, I literally my agent and I, we read over it initially. We were like, this sounds cool. Listen to the music. We were like, this sounds cool. Yeah, let's do it. And I think, yeah, that was what drew me to this, a script that I was able to flesh out a character, bring a character to life, tell the truth, and also sing some amazing songs. Win-win.
Pretty much the best thing ever. Um, you know, I've had a pleasure of seeing you both perform. I've seen you obviously in Two Strangers. I was Fame UK tour was where I saw you,
Oh my
Misha.
God. Oh wow. That's a while ago, man.
That
I thought you
was
were in kindergarten then. Jesus. That's like
oh
5 years ago now.
yeah,
That
that,
was a great show,
that's
man.
crazy.
Such a great show.
And
I loved it.
obviously you're both phenomenal. So powerhouse
Thank
casting
you.
coming into this brilliant show. Now I have one more question. It's a chance to sort of sell it really. And this
Mm.
is why should people come and see this?
Yeah.
I think I think that it says it in the title, it's an atypical musical. And I think we get, for lack of better words, a lot of samey stuff where it's like it's either jukebox style, you know the music, you're coming in to watch a show that's, just without naming anything,
Yeah.
such and such the musical. And it's literally that. Or we've seen the film and it's turned into a musical and it's that. But I think there's such a huge space right now. And I think a lot of these new musicals are showing you there is room for new work. There's room for work that can be explored and loved just as much as the powerhouse shows. And I think there is room for a show like this, which is honest, which is relatable, and also which is to some degree an escape.
Yeah.
The way I see it is like we watch reality TV to kind of, in a way, escape from our own kind of like, messed up lives sometimes.
Yeah.
And this, I think, is going to be some degree that it's going to be like watching two people live and explore their lives. And you might find similarities, you might find complete differences, but in watching it, you just kind of escape from your own kind of reality for an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long. And I think this is going to be a really, really beautiful escape for some people, just as much as going to be a really beautiful revelation for some people about their own family and dynamics. So yeah, I think come to escape or come to feel seen.
I like that.
I mean, what I would say, I really believe as I said, what drew me to this is the dynamic between mother and daughter. For me, that was very powerful to see that. I think right now, young girls, especially, and let's not forget the dad character, God bless him, he's in there. But what drew me to it more than anything is that young girls now, what they're being taught in culture is so damaging. And for me, this is so important that we address that dynamic of how powerful it is to be led and guided by the mother instead of culture. And that's what is good about this play. It really brings that relationship to the fore, which is the most important relationship in a child's life, is the mother relationship. And you're just not getting that in culture at the moment. As she just rightly said about the reality stuff, we know what that's teaching the youngins. So imagine you've got that powerful dynamic of the mother and daughter relationship, and then you've got this incredible music that backs it. I'm like, what is there not to want to see?
Yeah, exactly. That is so true.
Yeah, it's right now. It's more important than ever. We need it. It's actually worrying what the kids are getting now. Super
Yeah,
worrying. Yeah.
definitely. And you can catch that. It's going to be at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane on Halloween on the 31st of October and on the 1st of November. And you can get tickets. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. But aside from that, I want to thank you both
Yeah,
for
let's
joining
not
me
get too
today.
deep. Let's not get too deep now.
No,
Let's not get too deep.
we're not going to get deep. We're not going to get deep. We'll leave it. We'll leave it there, and you have to go and see the show to see what happens. But no, thank you both for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you. It's
Lovely
been
to see
amazing.
you again.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.